Right, Israel versus Syria. Meeting engagement where we hold some initial flags. But I think the big idea was to use the couple of helicopters we bought to quickly spot what's going on with the enemy force. These are unarmed, so they're only useful for scouting. There we are. A lot of T-62s. A lot of T-62s. Cool T. Right. SU-100 assault guns. Did not expect that. Right. It's good enough. Now get the hell out of there. They do have anti-air machine guns, so it's not necessarily the safest place to be. Still, is that all? Is that the full force they have? It's a lot of tanks. It's a big problem for us to handle so many tanks. What I need to know really is that all. Do we have a surprise force coming somewhere else? Yes, we do. BMPs, T-62s, so 7 and a wave of enemy troops. Still, that alone makes the helicopters worthwhile for this mission. Not sure what's the best place for us to meet them though. We probably should position ourselves somewhere here. Also, the bot units need to be first. We cannot survive if we don't have a unified front where we basically just blast them to death. But the force that will be able to stop them in their tracks immediately. Right, that reach is gonna be vital for us. I'm not sure how well it'll work. We are gonna. What are we gonna do with these? Again, it's just tanks, so what the hell again the infantry too? I guess I can plant troops here and withdraw. I mean, these are not going to be able to contribute that goddamn thing. The infantry might be able to act as a backup here if the tanks are going to be totally lost, but I'm not even sure about that. I don't think it's a good idea to stick the APCs there right now. It'd actually be a big problem to have all the tanks in such a tight formation anyway. I have no idea what type of artillery they have. They had pretty impressive artillery in the previous mission. Might have aircraft too. Not sure about this. Naturally we need to counter this force, but that's much smaller. Also, this force will more or less spot the enemy. Actually, these can spot it from pretty long distance away. What can we use? I really want. Probably can't see over that forest. Right, I'm more or less hoping that they don't have a huge amount of bombardment, otherwise they're gonna lose a lot of tanks. We might as well start shooting them at the moment we see them. Okay, this is actually positive. Because I'm not sure if they can even really do much against the helicopters with those missiles. They don't have a huge amount of the missiles, so please, please, please keep firing. Wasting their shots. It also seems like the enemy outnumbers us like 2 to 1. At least, I think that's a conservative estimate there. Accuracy isn't all that great at these distances. I don't really see us being an option though. I mean, they have missile launchers. They don't have problems hitting at these distances. So even if we might be hard pressed to get hits, I think we have to take what we can get. Now the enemy is retreating. Should I keep firing? Yes, indeed I should. I mean, yeah, these are rotted. They're not gonna be able to do the goddamn thing. What do you see? Yeah, they can start contributing it quite soon, so we don't need to really move. Ah, okay, they hate this helicopter for some reason now. This is interesting because I think it more or less broke their attack in a way. They're now all over the place. I don't really care. Losing the helicopters is irrelevant. I don't have to pay for the repairs on them. That's the one tank lost. It's a halt. And we destroyed their attack. No, it's not gonna come back. Ah, what was it? K0, probably. The crew survived, that's a big deal. It's a pretty big problem though if we can actually kill it. Don't see shit. 55, that's a bit too much. It's not impossible. It's asking a lot. Decent amount of infantry coming through too. I really need kills. Doesn't really matter what dies, but I need to stop the wave of armor coming our way. Oh, this could be catastrophic. Yeah, pretty bad. Lost another boss tank though. Another one got hit. One of the core army tanks. Ah, thank God, at least we're seeing targets now. I need to be able to... Terrible chances of hitting everything. I'm gonna take the missile launchers as a target. Mainly because if we hit, we get a kill. And we need to kill more than we need any specific targets to die. No problem shooting at tanks though, please. Ooh, there's another missile launcher there. I see it earlier. Already retreating. Come on, you can do it. No, you can't. 11 targets. Well, they're retreating for the most part. Buttoned or retreating. Rotate, retreating. We did good. Oh shit. I still can't believe the accuracy is so damn awful at times. T-62s are our main opponent. Their guns are more accurate than the T-55s. If I could shoot more of them, that would be nice. Okay, we got enough kills, so I don't think they're able to really do all that much. We need to cause as many casualties as we can on them. They'll be coming back in a few turns. Still, I see all the advantages being ours because of the distance we're fighting at. If at, let's say 10-15 hexes closer and we could be in trouble. But we're not that close, so it doesn't matter. Can we shoot at the BMPs? SU-100. BMPs are primary targets because of the missile systems they have. They can accurately shoot at us, definitely. Okay, as long as we keep this level of casualties going on, I think we'll be fine. A new tank or two always pops up, but they're so suppressed that they can't effectively really attack. Treating BMP. Please don't escape. Please see crew. As well save shots at that point. Yeah, we're definitely lacking in attack power now, but they're mostly buttoned or retreating, so there can't be a huge wave of units. There's going to be some, but not that many. And they're getting so close that we're getting a more frequent hits too. That aircraft is definitely going to take damage. It's running. Oh, fuck, no, didn't lose one. This is pretty much in the bag. We're gonna have to start moving forward with our own troops soon. We do intend to win this after all. I can't even punch through their rear turret. I probably should shoot at another target anyway, because if these die, so fuck the line of fire. No, hit after hit after hit, but no kill. Right, we've killed enough units again that there's no way they can really do all that much. Still, they have so many units left. I can afford to fight for a few extra turns, I guess. But after that, I do have to make some kind of assault on them, no matter how desperate the situation looks. Don't have to do it now. But soon we must move. It's probably not a good target to shoot at. I'm shooting at shitty targets, but at the same time, I think we'll be fine. Shitty targets are not, the morale will collapse after those kills. How about the assault guns? Can anyone shoot at them? No, more BMPs. Once the assault guns are driven back, then we can start making our own moves. I think at turn 8 will be the turning point for us. So we can fight this turn still here, then we'll have to start making our own moves. Even with these casualties, they're still moving forward, so we can't take them too lightly. I mean, casualties every single turn, and they're making progress. SU-100 is a very old tank, so I'm hoping that our ammo goes right through it. You're not seeing shit. Right. Much better. We're more or less firing at retreating units now. Chances to hit isn't exactly all that great, but I'm not sure how that matters really. There are APCs mostly coming our way. Tanks themselves are trying to pull back. Right, I think we should try to position the APCs a little bit differently now. They're going to have to bear the brunt of the assault. There's so much infantry there that I can't just let the tanks move forward. It wouldn't work. Hmm. APC losses would also be fairly affordable to replace, so that's one thing we can look forward to. But don't think we need to do anything here. Even if there are infantry units coming our way, these are not going to be able to go anywhere. They would mostly have to go against tanks where they are, and that's not going to work. Who's gonna die? Come on. Perfect. What am I looking at? There's a couple of units that are maybe capable of doing something, but most of them are, I would say, retreated already. That's it. there are a couple of units that are more than capable of doing so. I'm not sure if I should move on from this position. I sort of think I must. But I will lead the movement after we've taken the easy shots we can. Continuous firing is taking a toll on the tanks. We have so few shots left anymore per turn. Yeah, we could not really stop the enemy from doing whatever he wanted to do here. That's a problem. But I'm sure the tanks can stop it. The bigger question is what to do with the tanks here. I'm thinking of keeping especially a lot of the core group tanks here. We'll attack with the additional tanks. Same situation here, I'd say. We'll have to be a little bit careful still. I mean, these guys could be going up against tanks for all I know. But there's a limited amount of time, and we definitely need to start getting moving. But we cannot do this with just APC. This will not work. Even if the infantry gets lucky and take care of any vehicles we might bump into, even then, this is very risky. So yeah, we need escorts. Be good enough. Right. Very little counterfire really. Four operational tanks. 5, 6. Probably 4 around at this point. 1 immobile, 1 destroyed. Still 4. That's uncomfortably close. Right, half of their operational tanks have been wiped off. 2/3. Like they're pretty much incapable of doing anything anymore. We don't have high explosive anti-tank ammunition anymore with these guys, but we buttoned him up fairly well, so I'm not sure if that's necessary. But we need the high explosive anti-tank to get punched through an armor like this. It takes a huge amount of shots with the armor piercing ammunition. Is that it? Fine. I think in general we should probably move all tanks forward. We'll have the core group tanks hold back a little, so if we encounter any trouble, it's the scenario specific tank group that will stumble upon any ambushes and so forth. We'll have about 5 turns. Yeah, it's gonna be tight if we don't pick up the pace somewhat. That's a bit too close. What exactly do you see? Ooh. We could try to go multiple paths. Some go through the road, some try to go around, but I don't think we have the mobility for that. But we will have to push forward more aggressively. I don't think we can make it otherwise. And points are very vital to us, because I think they translate to points in replenishing your troops. We don't have to spend too much on this one in the first place, but if we also got a big win out of this somehow, all the better. Alright, seeing anything useful? No. It's full steam at this point, otherwise the turns are we'll run out of turns before we get to the flags. I'll even shoot at infantry at this point. Because we do need to get stuff done, so we should. This is one thing that I haven't fully considered yet. What happens when you run out of ammunition? Because the enemy that has a huge amount of replacement vehicles will have another replacement set of ammunition too. While I'm going to have to use my shitty ammunition to try to fight them while they have their better ammunition. So even if I could have a higher quality of tanks, it's not enough if I don't have enough ammunition to actually take on the enemy. And I don't think I have enough ammunition with the amount of tanks that I have. Good shot. Right. Anyone who can make some moves, now's the time to make moves. Close range tanks. I could put some smoke up here if we need to protect our core tanks. Hopefully we don't. We do have 4 tanks that might be able to take down the enemy tanks. The ammunition they have is shit, but they can still take them down. Just takes few extra shots. Clickety clickety click. That's the situation. Crap. Someone who actually has infantry inside it should be moving in first. Not sure if we have the luxury of doing that though. That's a retreating tank. Point is, it's probably not retreating after it rallies. Also, there are no real tanks close by. I'm not sure how much further should I keep pushing. After all, I can't actually fire on anyone, so let's go back a little bit. Rotate, retreating, rotate. I'll provide suppression fire on the retreating units if necessary. Retreating, button. Yeah, they are going to be able to make some moves. No doubt about that. Shit. Well, we might lose a few APCs, but we're close enough to reach the final flags. We also have enough forces, so we can push through. We just need to get the tanks closer. We could try to push past them, but I think that's a bit risky. Basically not use the road. But I think that'll end up costing me more than it's worth. I might also not have the mobility to do it. What exactly is that? It's a mortar. No one gives a crap about your shitty mortar. Not sure I want to rush too much. We start losing tanks, so it's gonna be a bigger problem. Yeah, shit. It's gonna be a bigger problem for us. At least it was a purchase unit, so that's not too big of an issue. What do you see? See something useful? Okay, we need to prioritize the tank. Not many can see it. Clickety clickety click. And it's just buttoned. It's not in any danger of being destroyed or inactive. It can at least fire back. Right. Big problems. Abandoned tank. There are probably quite a few tanks here if we just go and take a look. Button T62. That'll do it. This guy's within striking distance of that tank, but someone else is gonna have to suppress it first. Otherwise we can just forget about it. Hey, hello. Purely suppression fire, this will not harm that vehicle in any way. And they are fully capable of attacking us. Routed ready, so definitely have to go through at least one heavy tank if we want to get to the flags. So, yeah. And shitty fire suppressors. Is that tank moving? Yeah, it's moving fast, so it's probably retreated quite substantially. Now it's coming back in action. I'm guessing that's more or less the deal here. We're going to have to deal with the ones who withdraw to retreating. Excellent. Use a little bit extra suppression. We'd also risk by going next to it, but I think that's a risk I'm not willing to take at this moment. We need one of them at least to die. That's something that has happened. There should be enemy infantry too, but I think it got dropped much earlier on, so there's no telling when it's gonna get back to battle if ever. We might die here. I need to start getting results. Roger. They're starting to take risks here. Mobilized. Well, that's not too bad. It's not bad at all. We can keep burying extra troops here. Sooner or later we're gonna get some kind of result that will stick. And even if they somehow manage to avoid all of that, they're gonna be so heavily suppressed that it's gonna be a problem. Crap. This guy's just now buttoned. It's no longer retreating, so it's a bigger problem for us. Okay, they will not be able to do anything too important. Neither can I, but that's another matter. Got another tank. Yeah, it's a routed tank though. Get in there. I can't do anything about the ready tank, no matter what I try. I'm not sure how much of a position I want to take here either. We're fairly well protected from him no matter what happens. And if we hold our position here, we can probably kill any straggling tanks here. I don't think this is a horrible place for us to be at the moment. No one gives a shit about you. Target him, fire once, hope that we can take him out on the next turn. Right. Things aren't looking great, but I still don't see a fundamental reason why I couldn't take everything with minimal casualties. Oh shit. Nah, I forgot to move these. Oh shit. Well, we have backup tanks incoming, I guess. And sitting here exchanging shots. Pinned enemy infantry. If there are enemy vehicles here, I need to... Ooh. They have a anti-tank missile system there that is ready for action. That is not good. Same time, rotate, ready, rotate, retreating. So mostly things are looking fine. We do have to do something about that Snapper. I want to fire on it to give it a little bit of suppression. Even if we don't need to hit it. It's unlikely to get anything done. That's the point. Get extra suppression. This guy can't do anything for reasons. It's a button. Not sure why. It didn't have any suppression or anything. I'm trying to whore for kills at this point. I'm hoping anything. It'll basically give us points, and that'll translate hopefully to more points for me that I can use for repairing, buying new units, upgrading units, whatever. Although I don't think unit upgrades are realistic. I mean, this is Golan Heights, isn't some kind of multi-year kind of campaign we'll have to slug through. Might have a lot of missions, but it still doesn't mean it takes all that long in real time. Or in real life, rather. Ah, where to go, where to go. That's a good one. Button will mean on him that he might not even be able to fire once. Not sure it actually means that though. Still, it's the best target we can realistically fire. Oh, their HQ unit was in the same hex, and it was pulled back. It must have taken significant casualties. Right, this could be basically everything we want at the moment. If we can get their HQ at the same time. Because that'll mean the suppression will stick. It'll stick very, very well at that point. At least suppress it a little bit. Okay, tanks. What do we see? We see a target with infantry in the same hex, I'd say. However, do we want to use this kind of fire? I don't think so. Right. Whatever you do, don't kill it. Okay. We have what? A single tank we can still use here. We could try to kill him, or alternatively push forward, and I think pushing forward is a more valuable thing to do at this stage. Yeah, because we have all these units that we need to get rid of, but we can't really with shooting from so far a distance away. Right, machine guns. Killing those two units will do more for us than anything else. Yeah, they're now routed, so they're not gonna be doing anything. Just this one lonesome tank still trying to come forward. Okay, we have a new enemy, button T62, and this is button 2. Let's see, shit. Just refuses to die. Still, we are getting constancy, so it took damage. Probably suppressed pretty badly at this point. Retreating. Good enough for me. Core army tanks entering the battlefield. We'll have to be somewhat careful still. Fire with everything you've got. Probably won't hit, but it might cause it to retreat. Casualties, casualties, casualties. I'm a little bit wary about rushing here. Even if everything there has really been destroyed, that could still mean that there could be similar situations like this, where if I show my face in the wrong place, there's immediate reaction from the tank or something. So if we want to push there, we want to use multiple units at the same time. In case surprises pop up, we have some things to use against them. I'd be able to do suppression fire though. The tank, I mean. Not sure if it's worthwhile really. No harm in doing it though. Not like we have anything else to fire. Right, this could actually provide decent suppression. Still just button. Okay. Everything's looking good. Nah, not so much anymore. We lost the bolt tank though, or scenario tank, so it's not that big a deal. It's not a good thing. What the hell is happening here? I can't see anything anymore. We do know the tank is there, and I can't just wait here after all. Ooh, hello my friend. Someone else has to suppress it, I can finish it off with this one. Can't see shit. A bit worrisome. We have enough mobility to come in and take care of that. Right, this is gonna decide a lot. Route it, route it, route it. Shit. This guy's perma-buttoned. Can't shoot, so but can still act normally for other reason. Okay, we control all the flags. Their HQ unit is gone. Still they have tanks and vehicles we can't really do much about. That's a problem. Also, why exactly can't I do anything anymore? It's rough terrain, right? It eats up movement points drastically. Much faster than moving in any other terrain. That's why. Okay, one of you actually has to hit the SP100, suppress it a little bit. It hasn't fired as far as I know, so I'm not moving anywhere close to it until we have it at least retreating. Preferably routed. It's risky to go there now. It has moved quite a lot, so it might not be able to fire. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Another tank here somewhere. Dude. Perfect. Okay, what am I seeing? There's a routed tank, a couple of routed retreating units. That'll do. That'll do quite nicely. Might be able to make the figures a little bit better for us, but that's about it. We more or less have to just hope that they don't get any kind of real control on their units, otherwise we're going to start taking casualties. It's not like they have a huge amount of time though. With any luck this might end when I would enter. 3 targets. Ho 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 ho! Hello my friends. be the end. They don't have any really units anymore. They've lost all the flags. Yeah, pretty decisive victory for us, and we lost mostly scenario specific units. "92 points extra, not bad at all. Can I still now we have the points to switch these. So yeah, they only show you the options you can afford to buy. We could take transport helicopters as standard with the APCs. I think if we would shift a unit here, we might be able to get a combat gunship. Might not be able to afford it. In some sense, it doesn't matter. The HQ unit might be an exception. The HQ unit can be switched to anything. I think this 4-man infantry squad is pretty worthless to me. It can be killed by anything and can basically sit still somewhere not be easily spotted, but I'd rather take a tank. It could be very useful to have a single extra tank being able to contribute to something at least. Still leaves us with extra 44 points. That's we can repair about 2 tanks with that, so not bad. Despite your best efforts, the Syrian army continues to advance upon the Golan Heights. The lead elements of the Syrian 1st Armored Division are trying to break through and into Israel itself. The consequences of such an event would be a disaster. Engage and halt the Syrians at once. Another delay mission, and probably tanks. Tanks. 240. Yeah, I'm taking tanks. I can probably get 2 platoons. Depends what we get. These are not good enough. Patterns are probably better for us. They're a little bit cheaper, so we might be able to get more of them. Still, that'll leave us with extra points. Yeah, 20 extra points with 5 tanks. We can always do the helicopter thing. It was a fairly useful thing to try. We could get a single helicopter. I don't see a reason why I shouldn't buy the cheapest possible one. Just allows you to immediately put units where they're needed. We could take machine gun sections. I mean, if we have the delay, they're good at using as sacrificial units. They're also fairly cheap. We can draw fire with them basically. Perfect. What are we looking at? 16 turns, so it's decided by fighting. We control everything. And there's a single road with 2 rivers, so they will be coming across this. Very likely with everything they've got. But we'll see. Visibility is good, length. I don't think we want to go at the edge here unless we have to. We have to. The hill here will block our best side otherwise. We'll have to spread around a little bit. I'll leave the lead tank a little bit to the rear. We'll have to take control of this hill too. Even if there's not a force coming through the south, it can still shoot at an angle at the road, so we'll be shooting at side armor instead of front armor. Right, so you'll be... where are you? We could leave this guy here. It's a pretty rough terrain. More importantly, if we leave it here, the lead tank, it cannot be shot from the side. It could only be fired at from the road. And we have a lot of allies there, so that shouldn't be too bad. Right. Do we want to do something with the infantry? We since it's a pure delay, we probably want to just screen the tanks a little bit. Again, just in case there's some kind of effort to push infantry here. Right. Anti-air action. We might as well dedicate these to blocking enemy aircraft. We probably should try to move closer to here. We don't want the enemy to come through that no matter what. Just in case they have any ideas about getting units here. I'm spreading these guys to avoid clumping them together for artillery and airstrikes, but also to provide coverage in case the enemy aircraft, no matter where they come from, will be able to have units there to counter them. Again, spreading around the tanks mainly to avoid getting them all killed in artillery fire or something. And our scout, our precious scout. Ooh, machine guns. Yeah, definitely need to stay close to the road. We'll be throwing these forward wherever we're gonna put them. Suppose I could put one in the helicopter maybe. It's important because even if I would lose the helicopter, I might be able to position machine gun spotter somewhere useful. Right, I think that's it.